Matt, 2-1 loss here to Swindon. What's your thought on the performance?
Disappointed. Look, you've all seen the weather. Anyone who was here today could see how the wind affected that game. We didn't deal with those. The environment any better than Swindon did. They were better than us in the first half in terms of just being quicker to the ball and built up pressure off the back of it. We conceded 2 poor goals, and all of a sudden you're chasing the game. I just didn't feel my players came out on top of those battles today. I've not really been able to say that too often this season. And against a team like Swindon, who've played a lot of good football and scored a lot of good goals this season, it was all about the basics today, and we didn't do the basics well enough.
Is that aerial battles when the ball's up in the air?
Both on the floor. We just weren't quick enough to the ball. It seemed like Swindon were quicker to the ball all over the pitch today. Both ends of the pitch and in the middle of the pitch. And if you've got that, it's not a great combination. We were still in the game because it was such a difficult day for any type of football. But like I say, Swindon got a foothold off the back of that and created more chances in the first half. We created bits and pieces in the second half, but nowhere near enough. And those players have got to understand what it takes to win games of football. If we want to be successful and get promoted out of this league, today was a game for scrapping and being quick to the ball, and then all of a sudden you earn the right to use that ball in certain areas of the pitch. I was disappointed with that display, I really was.
How disappointed were you in the 2 goals that we conceded?
Well, okay, we lost Johnny in the warm-up, and then as far as I can tell, Lewis has punched the first one into the back of Archie. That happens sometimes. I don't want to be too critical of Lewis. The second goal just before half-time is disappointing, a runner off the back of Nigel, and that's just that sharpness in the game. Like I say, Swindon were better in those respects in the first half. You can't tell me it was a day for cutting teams open with beautiful passing football. The ball was in the air a lot, the ball was bouncing in difficult areas a lot, and when it's like that, you've just got to somehow affect that ball, get to it first, keep the ball moving forward, recycle it when you need to recycle it. And then, like I say, my biggest disappointment today is we weren't able to do that.
Yeah, and you've got to learn those lessons quickly going into the Stevenage next.
Yeah, but generally that's a strength of ours. Yeah. Not many teams can live with our intensity and around those crash ball areas. You can call it what you want, but just being quick to the ball. Not many teams can live with us, and I felt Swindon did that really well today. So you can credit the opposition, but from my point of view, I'm a disappointed manager with that group of players today. And like I say, I can't hold that against them too often. I've got no qualms if teams pass the ball through us and really work us in those respects. But the basics and the fundamentals just seem to be. We didn't seem to have a change of pace in us today.
You mentioned Johnny Maxted getting injured in the warm-up. What's the latest on it?
It looks like a side strain of some sort. He felt a twinge on Tuesday, trained Thursday, Friday, and we didn't foresee any problems whatsoever. And then in a warm-up, he's dropped out. And then to lose your captain in the first 15-20 minutes, it just highlights that if anyone's on the pitch, Jakey's good at getting to those loose balls. And I felt we missed him to a certain extent. But those are just excuses. We can't use excuses. There's enough good players on that pitch to do what I wanted him to do today, and we didn't quite do that.
Was it off the back of that challenge in the middle of the half that Jake?
I think so. Well, I'm not going to make too much in terms of referee, but Jakey took a bad tackle. Lee had a couple against him. We got booked straight away, and on our first one, it was always going to happen. The management of the crowd in terms of officials is always going to be like that. Our first foul against us was always going to result in a booking. Whereas Swindon, the home team generally get a couple, but those are excuses. I certainly don't want to make too much about them. Like I say, my frustration, and I've just said to that group of players, if they want to be successful and if they want to keep playing in this football team, they've got to do the real fundamentals of football first and foremost.